You want to take a picture inside the shop?
Yeah, I want you in the shop.
Oh, I don't care.
You know? All right, so you want to go?
They can only fire me, that's all. And then I'll retire.
Victor Master, who to everybody is known as Mickey, is just another happy employee at a moving company in West Wareham, World Checker and Son.
It's just another day at the beach, that's all I do. I'm in charge of working on trucks like I'm working on that one over there right now.
In 1991, at the age of 64, Mickey attempted retiring, but then he found it tedious and so decided to go back to what he knows best. He started off as a part-time employee who now clocks 40 hours a week, Monday to Friday.
I decided to go back to work. I got tired of hanging around.
What do you mean hanging around? What were you doing that was so terrible that you said, oh, I gotta go back to work?
I had to have something to do.
With 90 years under his belt, Mickey is just another mechanic in a garage, wielding a wrench, fixing tires, and plugging whatever is leaking, a curiosity he has had all his life.
I was always interested in cars and trucks. You know, people used to come and the first thing I used to do was open the hood to see what's under there. And I was always interested in motors and stuff.
Being born in 1927, the evolution of cars isn't the only change that Mickey has witnessed. He recalls a whole different lifestyle back when he was a young man growing up in Rosendale in the 30s.
I remember the WPA when it came up there in the mid-30s. You know, this was the work program that President Roosevelt put together to help people put work. I woke up one morning and there must have been 500 people out in the street digging up the street because we had no street and no sidewalk where I was at. And so the WPA come up there and they graded the street. They gave us one sidewalk and they gave us two lampposts, lights. In those days, the lamppost was gas. So you know what that meant? Someone had to light it and someone had to shut it off. So they had what they call lamp lighters, and these guys used to drive around every day with a little ladder, and when it got dark, they'd go up and they'd light the lantern. And in the morning, they would shut it off.
Mickey also remembers many foreign wars during his time. During the Second World War, Mickey dropped out of high school so that he could serve his country, working in a shipyard.
And I worked on the dryways. And the dryways is where they start the ship at the keel. And that's where we were. I was helping putting the oil lubrication lines in there. And they sent me to Quincy High School for 3 weeks, shipyard did, so that I can learn the different pipe fittings and the different terminology of this and how to follow a blueprint. But I was just a helper. I didn't have to do much of that stuff, but I used to go and get all the parts for the guys.
Later on, like his brothers, Mickey was drafted into the Army.
I got drafted in World War II. I got drafted in the Army in June in 1945.
Were you scared? What was your thoughts?
No, I didn't know any better. You know, what's someone you're 18 years old, you don't know.
Mickey has many stories and he recalls all of them, such as how he finally earned his first car.
I was working in the Consolidated Cookie Factory in West Roxbury, and I was making 50 cents an hour.
50 cents an hour.
50 cents an hour. I was in the mixing room where they made the dough for the cookies. And I saved up $50. And I knew a guy down on Jamaica Plain. They had a couple of big cars in the backyard, so he wanted $50. It was a 36 packet. And so I went down there with my $50 and I bought the car. He gave me a push with his pickup truck and I drove it home.
One thing that Mickey acknowledges is that fixing cars isn't what it used to be. If anything, he finds the art of it much more complicated nowadays.
Look at the cars, how they change. I mean, look how these trucks change. They're crazy. I mean, I'm used to the old days when you open the hood, you could fix something. Today, look at all this junk. I mean, you gotta have a computer to tell you what to fix. Every one of these trucks you plug in, just like they plug your car in when you get an inspection sticker. Mm-hmm. We have to plug it in and see, well, what's broken today?
And back in those days, you didn't have
They're
to.
gone. The old days, I used to open the hood and listen, oh, that's that or that's that, and then fix it. Can't do it no more.
At 90, Mickey has survived his parents, 3 brothers, and a sister, including his first wife.
My first wife died quite a while ago. She had stomach cancer and it did her in. Of course, I got married again. Who wants to live alone? You know, I don't know about you. But, you know, you need companionship.
Yeah.
Especially at my age. And she does everything for me. She cooks my meals, she washes my clothes, she takes care of me, she gives me orders. And, you know, she's my second sergeant.
His secret behind a healthy, long life? Well, Mickey credits his mom, who lived to be 103 years old.
And 103 is a long time. Just like 90 is a long time.
Does it feel like a long time?
No.
What does it feel like?
I mean, I find it hard to believe that I'm 90. And I don't feel 90.
What do you feel like?
I don't know, I'm younger.
60, 50?
Yeah, not that far back. I don't want to go that far back.
So, what has been the best experience in your life so far?
Well, I guess having my children. And we, you know, I changed a lot of diapers and I washed a lot of kids and, hey, you know, that's probably the best part of my life.
And how many grandchildren?
Can't count them. I had a good ride. I ain't complaining. And I'm still not complaining. Why should I? God's been good to me. Right?
Right.
And you got to believe in something. So why not? That's what I say. What do I got to lose? Nothing. I got something to gain. And that's how you have to look at it.